do I sell or do I melt my items? I'm actually going to give you guys two answers to that. One is the practical answer, which is, you know, if you need gold, then you sell, and if you need glyphs, then you melt. That is the practical answer. In terms of the math behind it, this is where things I thought kind of interesting. So, okay, first things first, I did not bother to look at old items. So if you have any old items that now have, you know, it's got one of those little red lines at the bottom that says, this item cannot be used in enchantment transfer crafting as at least one of its enchantments is not allowed to be crafted. If you got one of those, I didn't bother looking at that stuff because those are now the exception, they're not the norm. So you can do whatever you want with those. I have nothing, I did zero to do with that. Let me flip this over actually so you guys can see better. I just realized I forgot. So basically, if you don't craft an item, it's from a natural source, right? And with no dog equipped, you always get 145 coins for every one glyph. Doesn't matter the level, because I went and checked on my level 20 Dragon Knight. So level doesn't matter, class doesn't matter. It's the same ratio for any naturally obtained items. By the way, if you put a dog on, it tips the ratio. Oh, that's all it does. It just means that it favors coins. That's it. But if you craft, this is where things get interesting. So let's say, here's a good example. So this is a pair of gloves, inner circle gloves. I put 4 lines of platinum enchantments on this thing. They're not the best platinum because they're 98, 98, 97, 97, but they're okay. They're usable, right? So when you do that, the ratio tips very heavily in favor of selling. Okay, so if you gather excellent platinum lines together, sell that item once you don't need it. That's for sure. Junk items get really weird. They're the weird ones here. So these are the byproducts that I looked at, and I don't think I remember to keep screenshots of every single one, but I was like, most of these are actually still worth selling, and that's because, and I'll tell you why. It seems to depend a little bit on the level and the quality of the line that you're switching over. So I had an interesting moment where I switched over like a blue line. It was not gold, it was not platinum. I switched a blue line over, and I put it into this chart, and I was like, hey, it's still worth selling. It's actually, I'm getting a better deal out of selling this sucker than if I tried to melt it. So I think it's basically like if you're putting a high level line onto a lower level item. So for example, let's say, I don't know. Okay, let's say I collect my platinum lines onto a level 100 legendary. So that's probably what people are doing. I got a level 100 legendary, collected 4 platinum lines onto it. Now I get my unique item or set item that has, you know, whatever I wanted, and I'm going to switch the two. My set or unique item is level 140. Okay. Even though I switched the two of them, because I'm putting 140 lines onto a 100 item, it's actually still better to sell it. On the other hand, if I was putting a low-level line onto that item, so let's say I had a level 100 item, and for some reason I wanted to put level 10 lines onto there, that one is probably better off to melt. So it's interesting, actually. So more often than not, anything that you crafted that is vaguely good, so you got some platinum, gold lines on it, whatever, sell it if you don't want it. If it's a byproduct, it's kind of like hit and miss, so you got to kind of think about the level, right? High level lines on a low level item, sell. Low level lines on a high level item, melt. It's really weird.